Yes, people, we are live, blood. We are back again. Episode 5 of the North Bank. You actually got the whole gang today, blood. You get me? This is like the first fucking time we got the whole gang since flipping the first episode, blood. You understand? The whole gang inside, blood. You get me? Pause. You understand? Big up the chat as always, blood. You understand? You lot know the vibes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the blood clot thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, they might seen you for a minute, blood. You get me? I've been stressed over here, taking my time with it. You get me? How you lot been, blood? You understand? I've been going fucking beyond viral, blood. You get me? I'm going to my kids flipping football sessions, and parents are running up to me like, "Take your time with it." You know what I mean? Like this thing's got out of hand, blood. I'm not gonna lie, like this thing's gone left, bro. You get me? But how the man them doing, blood?
Damn, man. Surprised that, our team's being hated on a lot. Surprised that, obviously, I'm sure we're going to get into it. But I think one thing that isn't being spoken about with City and Arsenal is why couldn't Pep find a way again to break down a stubborn Mikel Arteta side, which we've seen numerous times. The language would be very different if the shoe was on the other foot. But other than that, man, we're doing all right, man. Going through in the cup, doing what we need to do, man. I'm good.
Yeah, man, come on. It's all good. There's a lot of positives. There's a lot of negatives. Always in football. I think we're getting hated on. Do you know what that means? We're relevant again. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
That's where I want to start this week's episode, man. Them, you get me? I've titled this show "Everyone Hates Arsenal." NWANERI ready to start on Saturday and Preston in the next round. You get me? But everyone hates Arsenal, blood. You get me? We're the new Chris on the block, blood. You understand? Everyone hates us, fam. You get me? It is what it is, blood. You understand? We got that tight parent as well, blood. You get me? You know how he's got the tight dad, don't want to spend the money, always trying to cut corners. Look who we got, blood. Josh and Stan Kroenke, fam. You get me? It's literally like for like, blood. You get me? The only thing that's different is the ethnicity. You know what I mean? We are of all shapes, sizes, colors, genders, and obviously they are just, you understand, black. You get me? But everyone does hate Arsenal. You get me? It's mad, man. You understand? Like they're saying that people have been putting complaints in to the PGMOL, to the FA, about our dark arts from last season. You get me? Man are saying there are complaints from the Newcastle game, the Wolves game, the Brighton game as well, blood. You get me? But correct me if I'm wrong. When we played Newcastle the year before, they put this complaint in. Was that game not the game where the ball was out of the pitch the most time ever in the Premier League, blood? You get me? But man are telling me that, you understand, us a little 5 seconds here and there, just pick up the ball and just, all right, set, everyone ready? Okay, cool, let's play now, blood. You understand? Because it's not that it's not like we're there, like, you understand, certain men who don't have wives are trying to chop gal in the crowd. You understand? It's not that, bro. Man are literally making sure the thing is set, everyone's in their correct positions, and then we play, blood. Because you understand, we've learned our lesson enough time that we've been caught for, like playing stupidly from a set piece in our own half, blood. You get me? We've seen it in years gone by. But for me, it's what Pot said, isn't it? You get me? Like, no one gave a shit when we were getting smacked up. You get me? 5-0, 6-0, 4-0 at fucking Southampton on Boxing Day 2016. No one cared, blood. You get me? When Rodri scored last minute and motioned to throw his shirt into the clock end and incited Arsenal fans, you get me? And when the Arsenal fans replied, we were the ones that were bad. You get me? But you understand? That's not gamesmanship, is it, blood? You get me? But what we're doing is gamesmanship. You get me? You've got that ginger dickhead Paul Scholes coming out and saying that we're cheats, blood. You get me? I think this guy's been sucking too much toes, man. You get me? Because He was part of the biggest corrupt Man United fucking era that we have ever seen, blood.
He's
You get
very
me?
cheeky.
Man literally had shit named after him, blood. Fergie time. You get me? You literally were assigned to go out and kick the shit out of Jose Antonio Reyes, God rest his soul, in that game, blood. But you're telling me about fucking cheat, blood. You're telling me about my club is cheating, blood. You get me? You got this Bernardo Silva little rat coming out and running up his mouth, blood. You get me? About, Arsenal never play to win the game. Blood, what do you want us to do with 10 men? Liverpool went down to 10 men, yeah? At the Etihad a couple years back. They lost 5-0. You understand?
You answered your question, Troops. That's exactly what he wants.
You understand? They want us to open up and get embarrassed, bro. You get me? Pause. The only clubs that I see, yeah, that hate Arsenal, City, are Madrid and Arsenal, blood. Everyone else are their bitches, fam. You get me? Everyone else is just there glazing, fam. You get me? The only ones actually trying to go and stop them from doing what they're fucking doing is Arsenal and Madrid, blood. You get me? We're trying to stop them in England. Madrid are the ones stopping them in foreign. You get me? Everyone else is there just, oh, you understand? It's fucking, it pissed me off, bro. You get me? And the way people try to downplay the performance on Sunday, bro, was an absolute fucking disgrace, blood. You get me? Because enough times we've gone away from home and got embarrassed over the years, bro. You get me? And they said we're naive. We should have set our team more defensively. We should have been street smart. All of these words, you get me? And now we're doing that. Now we're bringing that into our game. We're called cheats. You get me? Everyone hates, man. You understand? Lewis Skelly is getting a yellow card for talking to David Raya, blood. So now you're telling me that the players on the sideline can't talk to the players on the pitch. So now they must just stand there like and just yeah. What are we in? What's this? Soldier? What's this? The army? Are these man? What are we doing here, blood? You get me? Like it's all of like, bro. It wound me up, blood. You get me? It wound me up. I don't think that we've got the homage we deserve, blood. You get me? Because to go through that run we just went through, blood, to go to Man City with no Odegaard, blood, you get me, and do what we did, you understand? Bro, up until it went to 10 men, we were not defending like that, blood. We were not backs to the wall. We were sitting and then breaking on them, blood. We were playing smart, you get me? We moved quick with the Martinelli goal. We got the goal from the set piece. Boom, it was cool. We were the team that was more in control at that time, blood. You get me? Man should be getting on City and not us, blood. How they couldn't break man down in 45 minutes, pause. How we never saw Haaland for the whole fucking second half, blood. But we're the ones getting the negative energy, blood. You get me? Well, fuck all of you lot, blood. Yeah? Fuck every single one of you lot, blood, yeah? Because you're scared, yeah? And you should be scared, blood, yeah? You should be fucking scared, blood, yeah? Because them days of Arsenal getting bullied on the pitch and all of that shit, it's done, blood, yeah? It's done now, bro. You get me? It's done, blood, yeah? Make the man them just come back fit and healthy ASAP, and then we can kick on, bro. You get me? Because I came out of that, going into that game, I was shook, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You get me? I was nervous, blood. You understand? I thought I was fearing the worst, blood. Then the way we performed out there, I said, yo, blood, you get me? Even with a key injury, we're still able to go up against our title rival and put in that performance and have them absolutely rattled, blood. Because you've never seen Man City behave the way they're behaving, blood. The way Haaland was moving, blood. You get me? The way fucking Bernardo come out and run up his mouth. The way fucking Rodri ran up his mouth. All these man, then they have never been like this, bro, when they were going up against Liverpool. It was all friends and all, let's all hug and go on holiday together. Brother, man ain't trying to go on holiday with none of you, man, blood. Yeah? Man's trying to take the trophy and tell you to go suck your blood clot self and keep it moving, fam. You get me? They don't like that. You understand? We like Liverpool kind of, you get me? They kind of respected City. You understand? Whereas we don't, I don't think the Arsenal players respect them. I think Liverpool players kind of respected them, and then so there wasn't that animosity between them. Whereas
course we did,
Arsenal,
man.
because they always like drop these little digs at us and rare tear. I don't think I think Arsenal players are like, yo, fuck these youths.
That's why Pep and Klopp was a rivalry that people looked at and thought, is this really a rivalry? Or is it just two good teams going at it? Because for me, there was a lot of respect shown. There was a lot of hugs. There's a lot of shirt swapping. There's a lot of high fives. There's no hatred. There's no Wenger Fergie. The players, it seems like a hatred. Now, don't get me wrong. This has to be a proper rivalry for us to win something. We got to win something first if we want this to be a rivalry, right? We can't just go and trophyless every year and just say, oh, we're your rivals. They'll just say, no, you're not. You don't win anything. So we have to win. But trust me, at the moment, the players are acting like it. I don't know if Pep and Arteta will ever be proper Wenger Fergie because I think there's so much respect between the two of them, right? But the players, they ain't. You could see they were all going to war. Gabriel, Haaland. This dark arts thing, by the way, is a joke. Yeah? Because the rival fans that are saying it's out of order and writing letters like little snowflakes in 2024 to PGMO are also laughing at the fact that Haaland's throwing a ball at the back of Gabriel's head. So which one is it? You either like a bit of needle or you don't. And the way I see it is when you're 10 men and you're cramping up and you're going down, every single one of our players that went down ended up getting subbed. So it weren't like we were just dropping to the floor, wasting time every few seconds. Yeah, players went down. Yeah, people said, take your time. Of course, we were defending a lead. Who wouldn't? Let me read out the last 4 results at the Etihad when teams have gone down to 10 men, because it might surprise you. Chelsea, they went down to 10 men, they lost 6-0. I think you said that one, Troops, right? Then you've got Liverpool, they went down to 10 men, they lost 5-0. Then we got Spurs, they went down to 10 men, they lost 3-0. And then you've got Manchester United went down to 10 men and lost 4-1. When we go down to 10 men and we draw the game in the last 10 seconds, it's a disgrace because we didn't open up and let them win 4 or 5 or 6. Of course,
Do you remember the other day where Xhaka got sent off against City as well, Dan? And we tried to go toe to toe, and what happened?
Bro,
we can't learn from mistakes, though.
We got absolutely annihilated. And Arteta brought up in his press conference and laughed when he said, what was the score, by the way, then? Yeah, we lost 5-0. Everyone remembers it because we tried to open up. So Bernardo Silva, that little rat boy, comes out, starts crying. Oh, Liverpool never played against us like this. It's disgraceful. Of course they didn't. Of course you want us to play like that. Yeah, so you can whip our asses. You think we're going to go and play and open up and go, come on then, let's give you a game. We still think we're hard enough with 10 men. Nah, man, we ain't stupid. We'll go and make it difficult for you. Haaland never got a kick after his goal. When Rodri come off, we were the better team. So I just don't understand why we're getting so much hate for it. I don't actually care. I just don't understand why we're getting hate for it. I think I do know deep down because they're like, these rivals are like, shit, it weren't supposed to end like this. It was supposed to be 4-1 to City or 4-2, 5-2. What's going on? Oh, we can't give them praise, though, Arsenal. Let's just say they cheated. They used dark arts. They feigned injuries. That's the only reason they got a point. We'll go with that. You can see we've rattled them. We've rattled the whole of the fan base. Not just Manchester City, by the way, who I've never seen this rattled. Some of their fans, oh my God, I've never seen them like this. And I've been sharing content with them for years. And I'm like,
footballing world, man.
What's going on here? So, look, it's good. We're relevant again. And I'll take it back. You boys will remember this. George Graham, never be liked.
Exactly.
Always be hated. Always be hated.
It's in our history.
It's in our history. Facts.
So I'm saying, us Arsenal fans, as much as I don't think it's right, and I think there's many hypocrisies in how, you know, when other teams do the dark arts and things to us, at the same time, we need to stop seeking validation from the outside. Like, we all know how they paint us. We all know we can do no right. We all know they only want to care if we get opened up and we lose 4-5-1. We just have to let them do their thing, man, and just focus on winning trophies. As I said at the start, I find it quite shocking how, you know, if Mikel Arteta did what Pep did, kicking the chair, I don't really care about it. The language would be different. If our players surrounded the ref, the language would be different. If we failed to break down the team at home with our strong home record, the language would be different. For us, obviously, once we grew into the game and we weren't on the back foot, we obviously got 2 goals. We were in the driving seat. We looked comfortable. We looked like we could give it to City. The red card happened and we had to defend for our lives. And I'm pretty sure every Arsenal fan thought, you know what, second half, first 5 to 10 minutes, they're going to get one. And that's the issue. Once they get one, you felt like we was going to open up. Of course, it's a bitter pill to swallow, pause, with the way they equalize, but it's a point gained and 2 points dropped, depending how you look at it for both teams. And I don't know if it's a rivalry, because as Dan said, you know, they've been there, done it, wore the t-shirt. We're aspiring to do that, but it's nice that we can have a healthy respect for City, but not glaze them, think that we can do something. So I like it. For years, they said Arsenal players ain't got desire, they ain't got heart, they're soft, they don't care about the performance, you don't know what the project is. isolated to that 90 minutes or in general in the last 2, maybe even 3 seasons now, you can't accuse us of that. So we just need to keep going. And like what you both said, it comes with the territory. We're a club that's hated anyways. I dare anyone to find an athlete or a team that's won stuff that's university liked by anyone. So it's waters off a duck's back, man. Keep doing what we're doing. And for me, what annoyed me, if we went into the previous City games trying to do this defensive thing and it didn't work, then yeah, we need to change things. But why are you going to change something that clearly isn't broken, that Pep Guardiola has not found an answer for? And I do think, for what it's worth, when Bernardo Silva and Gundogan in the game were getting in pockets, when Haaland scored, when Gundogan had that half chance, for about 20 odd minutes, we were living dangerously the initial period. They never had no complaints. Why is it taking the centre half to score? To be honest, the majority of the second half, I'm seeing Diaz take shots and whatnot. So why not look internally? Because that's what we're told to do. I just find it, the double standards are the more jarring thing. And it's the media narratives. You look at time wasting and all of that jazz. Of course, we do that. If we do that, we have to hold our hands up. But you wouldn't know Chelsea are up there. You wouldn't know Leicester up there. You wouldn't know Brentford are up there. So it's like, it's just because the media keep mentioning us. City did it. City did it last year at Newcastle.
There needs to be context as well, blood, because
this is what I'm saying. We're down to 10 men. It's jarring.
Exactly. They're saying that we've wasted the most time in this season so far up to this point. But 40% of our games has been played with 10 men, bro. So why don't you take that into fucking account, blood? That we've got 10 men. So we're trying to blood. We're trying to see games through. You get me? The Brighton game, the City game. It's not like Rice got sent off on what, 49, 50th minute?
Very early into the second
blood. You understand? Trossard got sent off in the first half. Yeah, it was 47, but it was still first half, blood. You get me? We got to play the whole, and there was still 7 minutes of fucking stoppage time to play. Then we had to play the fucking 45 plus the fucking 7 again, bro. Man, have to, you understand? Take things into account. Put it into context.
And this is a top side in City, to aid your point, Troops. Like, this is a top City side, treble winners and all the things they've done. Like, it's just people just want to move and shift the goalposts. And the only thing I would say is that we just need to win trophies, man. There's no guarantee we'll win trophies, but we just need to win trophies because people are always going to move the goalposts. It happens with every team. It's jarring, man. It's proper annoying.
That's what will stop it. We win a trophy, then we can, you know what I mean? But it's started to heat up, blood. You get me? Like, Emirates is going to be interesting when they pull up, blood. You know what I mean? Because Gabriel's saying, yo, I can't wait till we play them in our backyard. You understand? Like, even like when Haaland did lick off his head top, Haaland's a real pussy, because Gabriel did turn around to see, Haaland was sprinting already, blood.
Soft. There must have been something that in the footballing world, there must be some more to it, because maybe it's the fact that Haaland can't really score against Gabriel and Saliba, but he was way too charged in that game, even doing the verbal thing with Mikel Arteta. All Mikel Arteta does, and I love the manager, is glaze City and talk about how great they are and stuff. So how can you tell him to be humble, of all people? It don't make sense, man. That's the first time Haaland's actually shown his age, but I like it, man. I can't really get vexed at Haaland for doing what he did to Gabriel if I like the antics that Kai Havertz and Benjamin White do. So let's just bring it to the Emirates, man. But we need to do our job until then. It means nothing if we don't beat Leicester at the weekend, man. It's jarring.
Speaking of Leicester, big performance last night from Ethan NWANERI in the 8. You get me? Done his ting, blood. Looks like, you know what I mean? He's going to be a top prospect. Would you give him a start against Leicester? Because for me, I think I said in my match reaction that it's games like Leicester at home, Southampton, Ipswich, they're them kind of teams where you can test the waters and give Ethan a start, especially with the predicament we're in right now with Odegaard being missing. We do have a very important game, which I believe is must win because we drew the first game. The draw wasn't bad, you get me, but now we need to get a W, especially because it's at home. PSG in the Champions League. Would you give Ethan a start against Leicester, man? Them? I personally would, blood. You get me? I think he looked very cool last night. He moved the ball well. Movement was good. No fear. Took his finishes well. You get me? Good movement for the first goal. Stay composed for the second. He didn't look out of place, blood. You get me? And this wasn't the first time that we've seen the quality of him. You understand? We've seen it in pre-season. We've seen when he's come off the bench. I think he's ready, blood. I can't lie.
He is ready, man.
When Odegaard's out, you got to use your squad, and it should be on merit. For me, right now, one of our guys who's replaced him has done something silly at the Ayad. The other one's just put in a man of the match performance. For me, I'm playing the one who put in the man of the match performance. And people might say that's crazy. He's not ready. I think he's ready. I thought he was ready anyway. I would have played him against Atlanta. I'm definitely playing him at the moment in that position. He looks ridiculously good. And I wouldn't actually say that Trossard's been bad by any means. I don't think he's been outstanding. I don't look at Trossard and go, wow, this is like Ødegaard's not even here, like not even gone. So I look at NWANERI last night. I was so impressed, bro. So impressed. And people will say it's against Bolton. Calm. I agree with that. But Saka was playing and Rice was playing, and he looked levels ahead them two. He looked absolute levels. The guy was so confident.
Still a League One side as well, man. He ain't started the game. They can't diss him.
Exactly. He's been phenomenal, man. So I'm putting him in against Leicester, and I'm saying to Trossard, come get back in the side. Look, he might be able to go left, and Martinelli might need a rest. I don't know what his cramping situation's like. Obviously, he come on last night, but for me, he's the one I'm playing in the Ødegaard position right now. It's just the way what I'm doing. And you've got a good run of games now to give this kid a go and see what he's about. So I'm playing him, man.
I'm tempted, man. I'm tempted. As you lot have said, he's been doing his thing. Doesn't look out of place. I wonder if he's recovered physically, because it is a big ask for a young player. As Troop said, the conditions are right. Like, not to downplay Leicester, it's still a tough game. It's not a walk in the park, but you'd imagine he'd have a lot of possession. Obviously, selfishly from him, he's got his first start. So imagine what starting in the Premier League's about. For me, though, I'm going to draw for Trossard. I agree with Dan. I don't think Trossard set the world alight, even though there ain't really been games for that. But I'm going to go with, if available, and I know we're going to get on to Raya. Personally, the team that went out there against City, I'm doing it against Leicester. No disrespect or slight on Ethan, but put the strongest team out there that we can in Arteta's mind, get the 3 points, put the game beyond reasonable doubt. Ethan gets his minutes. And also Lewis Kelly, if he is fit, I'd love to see him get some minutes, because I think he's been lost in the noise of Ethan. Take nothing away from Ethan. I think Lewis Kelly had a very good game, but yeah, I'll probably play the same team against City personally. I just want the 3 points.
It's techie, blood, because now that he's had his first start, he's going to want more game time. You understand? He's going to want more minutes. You get me? And it's like, where can you find the places where to give him their minutes, blood?
That's why you're right, Troops, man, because we're getting into a nice run of fixtures. Can get little minutes here and there, man.
You can give him a start here, bring Trossard back in for PSG, and then you never know, you could throw him back in for flipping Southampton. Because Arteta don't flipping rate Trossard like that. You get me? Trossard was never his first choice. He had to pivot after Mudryk got taken away. You understand? And there's been many times when Trossard's played well and he's been dropped the next game. You get me? Then he's got brought back into the side. So I don't think it would even really affect Trossard. But me, I would kind of go with I kind of give Ethan a little run in the Premier League, because there's a run of games where you can drop him in, blood. We got Leicester, PSG, Southampton, and then you can maybe throw Trossard back in for Bournemouth.
Especially the home ties, man.
You know what I mean? Southampton at home. Leicester's at home. These are the games where, you know what I mean? He's knocking on the door, blood. You got to give him a little opportunity. Especially with Trossard. Like, Trossard's my guy, bro. Especially with, I think the red was harsh, but he's got to know, now that the situation's died down and whatnot, he's got to do better. You get me? Obviously, Rice has got sent off 2 games ago for the same thing. You got to know that when that whistle blows, you can't kick the ball away. You get me? If you want to turn and say to the ref, "Oh, ref, come on, cool, you can do that."
Giving the ref a decision, man.
But exactly, and Michael Oliver is a referee that will, when he's got the chance to give City a 1-up, he will do that, blood. We've seen it, blood. You get me? And
there's been 50 incidents of Premier League players kicking the ball away. Only 4 cards have been shown. 1 to Bruno Fernandes, 1 to Saliba, 1 to Trossard, and 1 to Declan Rice. So 3 Arsenal players out of 50 offences have got yellow cards, and only 4 have been shown.
Doku did the same thing in the same game. He even looked at Oliver like shit. And Oliver said to us to play on.
Don't forget the Brighton game as well. A couple of incidences.
Ciao, Pedro.
Even
but we're making all of this up, lads. There's no conspiracy against this football club.
You understand? Like, it's clear to see that there's something.
Szoboszlai as well. Szoboszlai was on a yellow. Smashes the ball up in the air worse than Trossard. Nothing happens.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it, man. There's no consistency.
From years back, man. You look at Louise when he got that sending off, I'm sure, against Wolves. You look at the Martinelli one against either Wolves or Leeds. This has been going on for years, man.
That was Michael Oliver.
This is what I'm saying. He sent off more Arsenal players than he has any other team. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but he's got it in for us.
7, bro. More than any other club, blood.
This is why I like controlling the controllables, and that's why I've got no criticisms of my Arsenal players against City, because isolated to what they could control, give or take with the 2 yellows, they did what they could, man. I'm sure we wouldn't be happy with the first goal we conceded, but just got to get on with it, man. I wish life was fair, but we know the rest don't like us, so let's just use that as extra boost, man. It's jarring, though.
Raheem Sterling, he looked
good
last night as well, blood. Got off the mark. Gaza, Marvelly, you see me?
But there,
got his colours on today.
Had to,
blood, you see me? Would you give Raheem a start on the weekend, or would you keep Martinelli? Because for me, Martinelli's been getting a lot of unfair criticism, in my opinion. And after the Man City game, when he's on the floor and he says to a Kanji, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!" Like everyone's
Nelly, man.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Nelly, oh, we're sorry. Can you let us back in?" No, fuck off. You made your bed.
But that's how they love Gabriel now. Our big centre half.
Exactly, you understand. But would you give Raz a start against Southampton as well?
It's difficult, man. It's difficult. I want to. But I'm gonna persist with Martinelli. But Martinelli, you need to score against Leicester. You know, the assist was a step in the right direction. I need a goal. Sterling's obviously banging down the door. I want to, because Martinelli's form ain't been amazing, but last chance to leave Martinelli, man. But then again, Martinelli's probably going to start against PSG, so you could reckon, you know what, start Sterling. F it, start him.
I'm sticking with Martinelli. I'll tell you why. Because I actually feel like he did really well against Man City. And I didn't really rate his performance, particularly in the last few games. I thought he was stinky against Aston Villa. I thought he was okay at push against Spurs. Did nothing against Atalanta. And then I finally see him come to town against City, defensively, off the ball, on the ball. I actually thought he was one of the better ones going forward. So I'm sticking him in here against Leicester. I'm starting him with Havertz and Saka. And Sterling comes on. I thought Sterling was stinky in the first half last night, but he really turned on in the second. Like, he was really bad to start with. I was thinking, crikey, what's happening here? But then he got the assist, he got the goal. Second half, he looked better. Hopefully he comes into the game, because we're going to need him this season, man. We're going to need him to contribute. We're going to need him as a squad player. We're playing every few days now until February, right? So he's going to be a big part if he stays fit. So, yeah, but Martinelli gets a nod for me. Martinelli.
How would you set up against Leicester?
Well, I don't know what's happening with Raya. We'll come to that.
Raya, he went off with like his knee. He had like something around his knee, something wrapped around his knee. He was limping, going through like at the end. It's going to potentially be Neto at the weekend if he's not about, because he's not cup tied, even though we signed a cup tied keeper for the cups. But yeah, Neto will play. Then I think it will be the right back's an interesting one, you know, but I think it will be Ben White, because Timber didn't travel last night, did he? So Ben White, I imagine, will play. Calafiori left back, Gabriel Saliba. Then I think it will be Partey, Rice, and Trossard, but I would play Ethan. And then I think it'd be Saka, Martinelli, Havertz. I thought Partey was class against City, by the way. I've got to say that. His legs came back, blood.
Yeah, they did. That's what I would. I think that's what the team will be, man. So
you know if you could go with Jorginho?
No, he was quality last night, though. He was quality. But I would play Partey. I think you got
keep doing your coaching thing from the sides for these games, Jorginho, man.
How would you go deluded?
Neto in goal, non-starter. Fullbacks where it gets a bit interesting, because I am liking what Calafiori's bringing to the table. Obviously, Calafiori, Benjamin White, Timber, they've all got their own kind of fitness concerns. So what? Off the top of my head, Neto in goal, 2 centre halves with Saliba and Gabriel. You know what? Benjamin White, if you're fit. Timber left back, same midfield as Dan with Trossard, Partey, Rice, Saka on the right, Havertz through the middle. The left, I keep twisting and turning between Sterling and Martinelli. I'll give it Sterling, man. I'll give it Sterling. You know what? Sterling, we should be able to get away with that, really, man. That's my lineup. I do want to play Ethan, and I do want to persist with Martinelli, and I do want to see Timber and Calafiori again. We finally got some good problems, man, if I'm honest.
I'd go Neto, Benny Blanco, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Partey, Ethan, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli. That's how I'd go, blood.
It's more than enough to go out there and win the games. And even that, the Leicester, with the greatest of respect to Leicester, I know all us Arsenal fans were G'd up for the City game and things like that. But last year, the top six weren't really a problem. It was the smaller games. So it's that I need us to win. Like you said earlier, Troops, the Leicesters, the Southamptons, the Bournemouths. I want you to have that same mentality. Get the results and let's go home, man. And hopefully City drop points. Hopefully, I think they're traveling to Newcastle. Hopefully Newcastle got something there, man. But we need to win these kind of games where there's reasons to be complacent. And I don't know about anyone else, but in the Premier League, obviously I believe in my team home and away, but I have a bit more confidence away from home. It's at the Emirates. There's a bit more drama. We make things harder than it needs to be. So I need a top performance tomorrow, man. Well, Saturday.
Yeah, facts. Absolutely. And look, I'm not saying that Man City aren't going to now win a game because they've got Rodri out, because we all know they can replace him for a few games. But if there's anything like last season, Arsenal got a great chance of winning the league because they had one win in 6 last time he was out, Man City. So if he's out for the whole season, there'll be a great opportunity for them to drop some points. And we have to be right solid for the rest of this season. And let's hope we can do that. Let's hope it starts at St. James's Park at the weekend, because it's going to be a tough place for them to go. I think it's at St. James's Park. Anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so let's see what happens, bro.
What was you lot's thoughts on Gabriel Jesus? Because I thought he stunk out the place. I can't lie. I think he's done, bro. You get me? I think it's time to move him on, blood. You get me? For me, he was never an option as a 9. I was more like, all right, cool. You know what? We ain't got no one to cover Saka. We can maybe use him as cover for Saka, because last season Arteta was kind of using him in that role, bringing him off the bench, and he got a couple of assists late on end of the season. But yesterday he just absolutely stunk out the place, blood. I thought you get me, given the chance to prove yourself. You've got Leicester on the weekend. That's a game where Arteta might say, you know what, cool, Kai, chill on the bench for this one. Gabby, go have a go. But he didn't do nothing, blood. You get me? The only thing he did was stick it on Haaland on Sunday. You understand?
Speak for Jesus, man. I love the guy. I'm always going to support him. I'm a bit like you in that I did like when we signed him initially, provided he could score goals, but he's never been a striker. You could see in his career, he's never been a prolific goal scorer. So for me, he's a wide man. Against Bolton, it's the same old from Gabriel Jesus, if I'm honest. Couple of nice bits of skills, still not really taking your chances. When you do get into the box, you're not taking your chances. Doesn't really want to get onto the end of things. And I don't want to draw out a man for making your first start of the season, but when you're seeing Sterling get on the score sheets, the young boys get on the score sheets, Rice open up his account, Kai Havertz be on the pitch 2 minutes and grab a goal. Fair enough, Saka didn't score or assist, but the performance was still there from Bukayo. You're looking at Gabriel Jesus a bit funny. You're just seeing new hairstyles, and as you said, the whole little Haaland thing after the game. We're gonna need him, but boy, it's looking spooky, man. I don't really care how much money a man gets, etc., but you're not really earning your keep, man, and you're not staying fit. That's another underrated thing about Jesus. Like, it's looking scary, man. It really is looking scary. It's beyond scary for Jesus, man. Scary.
Yeah, I thought he should have scored in the first half, dragged it wide, and I thought he was quiet until maybe the last 15, 20, where he started to do a little bit of silkiness. Never can deny, like Martinelli, his work rate and his press, but I need players that put the ball in the back of the net, and he just ain't one of those guys. I actually think 50 million's been a flop. I think he's been a flop for Arsenal. I do. Not just because I'm not going by ability. That's probably the only thing he has got. He ain't fit enough. He don't score goals.
Yeah, the output is shocking, bro.
It's just really bad. So I would have sold him personally, but we couldn't because we were selling Eddie and we weren't getting a striker. So you had to keep him. Wouldn't surprise me if this is his last year on an Arsenal shirt. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes to Saudi. And I don't think we'd miss him, if I'm honest. For me, he is the backup for Saka, if I'm honest. He's a winger. He ain't no number 9. When we play him in front of goal, he don't score. Man City said this. Oh, you're buying a Zinchenko guy who's a good footballer but can't defend, and you're buying a number 9 that ain't a number 9, is best on the wing. And everyone went, shut up. They're bang on. They're bang on. They're absolutely bang on. And they were like, we tried to tell you we were being nice. Because at the time, they were being nice. Why? Because they thought we were going for top 4. They were like, have our players, go get Champions League. In the end, they're like, what? We've given them 2 players and they're now in the title race. And I think that's the biggest compliment you can give to Arsenal is that we've outgrown Zinchenko and Jesus already quicker than we thought we would. Because I don't think either of them make the squad next year, in my opinion.
Zinchenko, don't ask me how he got a new number. I mean, the guy's injured yet again. Man are out here. You get me? I know Tierney came back and he got injured again, but I want to see the same energy that Tierney gets put across to Tomiyasu, put across to Zinchenko, because these men are getting new numbers and new fucking contracts. What am I paying for? Your fucking hospital bill. What am I paying for, you blood? You're literally fit for Japan, but you're never fit for Arsenal. Every minute, Japan call up Tomiyasu, the man run guard Japan. And when we want to call him up, the man, sorry guys, I'm injured again. Yeah, I'm on again.
Where is
what, is he running to Japan when they call him up? Is he not catching a flight? Because how the fuck? Like, is he running back to England, bro? Because why is it every minute he come back from Japan, the man injured?
I love Tomiyasu, but he's made of glass, man. It's getting jarring.
Bro, it's pissing me off, bro. It's pissing me off, blood. I swear to
God. I actually really rate him.
And there's a thing with that fuck Zinchenko. I don't rate him, blood, but Tomiyasu actually rate him. But his fitness is fucking disgraceful.
I agree.
His attendance isn't good enough, man. Tomiyasu.
Nah, blood.
And Zinchenko, I think the only thing I can say to what you said, Troops, is the only reason I think people don't get onto Zinchenko with injuries is because I said this last year, on top of everyone just not rating him. Like,
he cries and says, come on.
He cries, but he'll miss a 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's not really a long time like Tomiyasu, so no one really picks up on it.
Bro, they said when you add it all up, it's a week in pre-season. He ain't turned up since then. We're in October now.
And then when the club move iffy with this sort of stuff, it makes me think the worst.
Say that again.
When the club kind of move iffy and kind of don't really give us any updates on Tomiyasu, I kind of dread the worst, really. Because even the other day when Mikel Arteta was speaking about injuries, maybe he wasn't asked it by the journalist, but nothing was said about Tomiyasu. So he's either a forgotten man or it's worse than initially thought, especially because our squad depth in defense is already being tested. You know, imagine what would happen if we sold Kivior now.
And I was saying not to sell Kivior. When Juventus were playing everything there, I was like, you know what? In the Euro, he looked good and he improved second half of the season. When we stopped when Arteta said, okay, don't invert, just play left back. Yeah. We saw a player there, blood. You get me? When in the Euros at centre back for Poland, we saw a player, blood. Well, I did, innit? You get me? So I was kind of like, nah, don't sell him. He'll be good for cover. You get me? We can keep him there. If anything happens to Gabriel or anything happens to
games like yesterday, he can play.
You know what I mean? He can play in the Carabao Cup, things like that. You know what I mean? Get rid of that pussy old Zinchenko. You understand? Keep that one there. Yeah. Keep that one there. You understand? But we kind of bust case on that one still, because if Kiwior weren't here now, yeah, we could be in a little trouble, blood.
Okay. And the guys that are fit are playing with injuries. Benjamin White has a knock. Timber, we're treading carefully. Calafiori, Arteta said all of this. So, boy, Tommy, for me, I think Tommy's fighting for his future. I think when he got that new contract, can't remember how many years he signed, but I think that's why he didn't get a 4 or 5 year deal, because you can't bet on your fitness. Now, obviously, he's got significantly more experience than someone like Lewis Skelly, but if I'm Lewis Skelly and it's not a guarantee Tomiyasu and Zinchenko are going to be here next year, I can play in midfield, I can play left back, I can play that inverted role quite great. But hey, spots might open up if you play your cards right.
Facts, man. Big up, man, like Reese. He says, I'm not trying to be reaching, but Saka like Foden's post on Insta about equalizer. Don't sit right because it's our star boy. Are we rivals or guys? You get me? Nothing sweet.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Maybe, what? Do you think that Saka could be doing it like, all right, pussy, I see you. Like, just making, because you see who likes your post if you follow them, innit? He obviously follows back Saka. When he goes in his likes and sees Saka liking it, it could be mind games, no?
Probably could. I wouldn't read too much into it, man. No one can accuse Saka of, like, when it's time to ride on the pitch, pause, he does his thing, man. Like, who cares about that, man? Just do your job on the pitch, man. Like, fuck all of that.
Big up Irvin. He says, treating us like Voldemort about dark arts. So scared. I think, yeah, man are rattled, bro. And certain man are shit in the bed. Big up the Chelsea, man. My dog. He says, depending on the game situation, Arsenal were playing spot on. But I can see the hate is real. Jose won with defense. Arsenal did the same. City can't digest the fact that Arsenal are nearly there now. That's another thing. Like, Jose got You understand? Absolutely praise to the fucking high hills, blood, for that performance that he did in the new camp with Inter Milan. You get me? When Thiago Motta was wrongfully sent off, you get me? But we're being ridiculed now for doing that, blood. You get me? And it's because of dispatch, blood. Yeah, you understand? The Arsenal, blood, these fucking dickheads, bro. Big man thing. Fucking Wallace, blood. Big up Illy. He says mentality monsters where trying to send shots on socials. Yeah, you see City like trying to post like Haaland, like, oh, what a beast when he ran into fucking
clattering into play.
Actual pricks, blood. Big up Kurt Chaos, my G. He says, I think I rattled a few people in the watch along when I said Simeone and Mourinho played exactly the same, and we only did it for 45 minutes and were hated. Make that make sense.
Facts.
It doesn't make sense. We just need to win titles, and then people can just shut up if this defensive thing leads to it.
Literally.
Man, we grew up on George Graham, so I'm happy with it.
Look at what Wenger inherited as well from that very quick comment you made, Dan. Defense wins titles.
1-0 to the Arsenal, mate. Big up
Kurt Chaos.
He says, when we win trophies, you know they will hate us even more.
Facts.
That's when I think like the referees will turn even more, blood. Because they'll be like, yo, okay, cool. They've actually got the ability now, blood. Yeah, we're kind of pissed still. There'll be even more fuckery going on. Trust me. Because the referees are just getting worse, blood. It's not even like, you know what I mean? You see, like, as the world goes on, technology gets better, like things improve. These brothers are getting worse, blood.
Worse, man.
These brothers are getting worse, fam. Big up Kurt Chaos again. He says, I can't wait to see Gabriel Saliba put that great Carly on his head top. Real talk, blood. Like man will be there, broski. You get me? This fucking piece of shit, blood. You understand? Fucking Viking. This guy ain't no Viking, bro. This guy was inside, bro. He had a good life, blood. You understand? Man like Clarence, bro. You get me, man? And Clemmy, both parents married, bro. You get me? You lived on a farm, fam. You understand? Your dad got bad up by Roy Keane, bro. Even your dad's a dickhead, blood. Don't forget that, bro. No bad man raised you, blood. But you're trying to do bad man at full time, blood. You are an absolute prick, bro. Yeah? You're big for nothing, dickhead. That's what you are, blood. 6'5" full of shit, blood. Yeah? Pussy hole. But bad man. You ain't no bad man. You ain't Vieira. You ain't fucking Roy Keane, blood. Yeah? You ain't fucking... You're a good youth, blood. Yeah? You're a good youth, blood. You probably have a cousin called Clarence, blood. Yeah? Big man ting. Dickhead you. Big up Lee Burnell, my fucking brother. Because big up Troops and the man them. Barrett ref on Saturday. Tierney on VAR. Bumba Clot. Big up all the Jamaica man them. Bless. We're there. So hold that.
Yeah.
You see Lee Burnell, that's my charger, you know. Big up Mr. Guna. He says, I don't even know.
Avada Kedavra for the P-holes.
Well, I thought he was going to say a bad tick. I can't lie.
Yeah, because I was like, why is he bomba one? Prediction for Saturday, man, them.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going 2-0. I think it will be comfortable, but I think the scoreline might suggest that we may probably have gone up more. I just feel like at times we're going to potentially miss chances. I'm really interested to see the style of play because what I cannot wait is to say, where was this 11 men behind the ball, 10 men behind the ball? I thought we were playing like this now. And I just want to blitz these teams' troops. I just want to go now home, use the Emirates as a fortress and start winning comfortably so we can shut everybody up. Because what everyone is expecting is M&S Pulis ball. That's what everyone's expecting this season. And I understand that we have to play like that sometimes. We ain't playing like that across the whole of the season. So for me, I think it will be a comfortable victory. I'm going 2-0, man.
I think it will be a comfortable victory. You get me? I think the goals will flow. I think the football will flow. You have to take into consideration the teams that we've played. You get me? And that determines the style of play. You understand? It's called tactics, people. You get me? We're not going to go to fucking Villa away and be like, yeah, come, let's go, blood. Yeah, even though you got all of this pace on the break. Yeah, we're going to fucking open the thing up like a fucking red light district in Amsterdam, bro. We're not doing that, blood. You get me? Look at the teams we played. Villa away, fucking Tottenham away, fucking City away. You understand? Then we had Brighton at home with 10 men. You get me? Let us have 11 men against fucking Leicester for the whole game, and you will see a 3-0 victory, in my opinion, blood. You get me?
By
We
God's
just
grace,
gotta
man.
yeah, blood. We just gotta keep Vardy quiet. You understand? Because if he,
Oh,
you get me, if he
2-1
gets
Arsenal
the
then. I
if he
changed
gets
my
the
2-1.
chance, like he ran fucking Gay blood, and Gay's not a slouch. You understand? So the players have to, I mean,
Bro, he
make sure
rolled back
that
the years, that goal. He rolled back the years with that goal, man.
And
I can't
against
lie.
Spurs as well. It's like,
Mhm.
didn't
Yeah.
doing his thing.
He's been moving crazy, blood. We just keep him quiet, and then yeah, he's the true threat, blood. Big up the Chelsea man again. My brother, he says Watford striker did the same thing what Haaland does and got the goal cancelled. Yeah, and no City player appealed. Not one City player appealed when that goal was chalked off in the was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, no, it was yesterday. No, it was
Don't
yesterday.
know, to be honest.
What did he do? I didn't see it. What did he
So
do?
Watford player like ran down the wing and then like he's kind of gone like he's kind of like pushed off. It was the same kind of thing when remember when Haaland the ball went over the top here. He's gone around the keeper and the defender was there and he pushed him and then just slides it into the empty net. But
Right.
his one, he was more like on the right hand side of the 6-yard box and he's kind of just like shoved him. Not shoved him, but it's kind of just like you understand. Use his arm,
Leaned on him, man.
leaned on him a bit, and then the goal's been disallowed, blood. And not one City player appealed. Even the player that was fouled, I think it was a Kanji, didn't appeal.
Don't need to appeal when you got the refs in your back pocket, innit? I guess.
And it was
It's
like,
alright.
yeah, I couldn't believe it, bro. Well, I could believe it because it's fucking Man City, blood. Big up Henry. He says, would you start NWANERI versus Leicester? Me and Potts will, but the lead is more going with.
I'm leaning for Trossard.
Yeah,
I'd love him to. Wouldn't have no complaints from me. I just want to get the 3 points.
No, I hear that, man. That's it, people. Big up the man them as always, blood. Big up the chat. You get me? Big up the mods them. We lot got going on this weekend. Obviously, we're redirecting to Potsy right after as well, so you lot don't go anywhere. But what's the weekend plans?
Go on, DG.
Watch along business, man. Just grinding. Pause.
Love that,
Good
man.
save.
Family, friends, football. Can't complain this weekend, my bro. Content. Got a show now with Mickey P. Kerr, which is going to be cool. Don't know if you remember him a few years ago on Britain's Got Talent, got to the final. Funny guy. He's got a book coming out. Yeah, man. He's got a book coming out, which is talking about how fans can get their football back and what they can do. And he's like money ruining the game. Really good chat with him, man. So, yeah, I've got him coming on to chat to me literally in a half hour. So please do come over and stay tuned, man, because it's going to be a good show.
Go subscribe to that, man. And I'm going to be live at 3:30 to talk Arsenal. And that's about it, man. And we're here every Thursday, innit, boys? So, yeah, man, content keeps content, innit?
Come on, you don't know the vibes, man. I'll be back tomorrow for back again, 1 p.m. We go live, blood. You get me? So you lot make sure you pull up tomorrow. Then Saturday, watch along. What time's kickoff? Kickoff's at 3. So we go live about 2, blood. You get me? So you lot already know the vibes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, blood. Subscribe to the man them. Big up the mods them. Big up the super chatters. Big up the chat. Keep liking the thing. And I will see you lot tomorrow, blood.